Hey, let's get started. So yeah, I'm back from my holiday. So I don't know whether you have seen my short video where we were in in Istanbul. It was so much fun. It was so much fun, and I totally enjoyed it. I don't know what to say. I'm still like in holiday mode. But yeah, it was very hot there. Still, I think it's the same as UK because I have friends telling me that it's super hot in UK, and I'm hot in Istanbul, but I think it's better, being barbecue in Istanbul than in London. But yeah, like it's really exhausting. I met up with Lace, and then we had fun. We have meet our Turkish friend. We have make some new Turkish friend. Yeah. So if you're curious, check out this short video. It's still on Twitch. I am still debating whether I should put it under Mimi Pie because it seems like a like a short special. So maybe I would put it in my personal channel as something else. Um, yeah, so I won't put it under the playlist of Meat Be Pie, but yeah, I'll put it put it like on my YouTube channel as a special, I think. And also, if you're going to Istanbul and considering hiring a local tour, that I have someone to recommend it. He's so lovely, but he's not advertising too much, so it's quite difficult. We just like met him by chance, but we end up like thinking that he's excellent, amazing. So yeah, let me know. You know where to find me, right? The Twitter is down there. So back to business. We are now like back to World of WoqlCraft, and today we're gonna do something that actually we. If you notice that we have a new tutorial here is episode 2, it's a bit ambiguous, but what it does is basically it's one of the things that we want to achieve, so we make them into episodes. That's how we develop our stuff, and one of them is to load a CSV into a graph or things like that. So yeah, so this is what Gavin made. It's a script in Python that do the job. But what I gotta do is like I gotta go through it, and I gotta try to maybe put it in the Jupyter Notebook. So we have another copy of it in Jupyter Notebook, and I can also walk you through it and explain what's going on. Actually, this work with the new console. So this is basically would work with people who are using our beta now. We have a selected group of people using our beta. So if you're really interested, you want to try it, just get in touch. Join our Discord channel and get in touch with Luke. He's coordinating everything here. And yeah, so basically this is for beta, but I will show you how it works, and soon we'll release it, so everybody can use it. So yeah. So first of all, actually, I'm also like seeing this for like I haven't seen this like long before yours, so I'm not so sure like whether I can explain it roughly, but have a skim through it. I basically kind of know what it's doing. So let's try it. And if I make any mistake, you can talk to Gavin and ask him. But yeah, so let's create a Jupyter Notebook, shall we? So what I will do is that I will create a new Jupyter Notebook here. Yeah, zoom in a lot so the coding will be much bigger so you can see. Also, my eyesight is not good. I don't know, like have I mentioned before, my eyesight is very bad. Years of staring at a monitor, so yeah, so sometimes I want to make things super big. So let's name it, yeah, I'll just continue the episode to, yeah, I think we'll have more news about this episode later, so it will be less ambiguous. Maybe not the hyphen, just going to be consistent with the other file. Sorry, I'm like quite picky on small stuff, but in general I'm okay. So right, so let's go through this script here. So one thing that I may change is that because I don't I don't think you have to import it like this. You can just import it from Terminus DB client. So I think yeah, because well, it's also okay to import things like this, but because I put it in it, it should work like that as well. So let's try that. Uh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, because like that's something that I did when I developed the client. I imported the whole thing. I imported this stuff. Actually, this is the actual path of the thing, but I've also imported in the first layer, so you don't have to type the whole thing. That's what I gotta do here now. So this is other settings. I would go through them one by one. And actually, there are something. I don't know whether Gavin has finished it because it seems like this is not used. So I'll just comment it out. But I'll explain the others. So first of all, the server URL now is HTTPS. So that also tells me that this is the newest version. Because in the newest version it's got to be using with hub, which requires HTTPS transcription encryption. So yeah, so basically everything, even though it's running on localhost, it will be HTTPS. And basically, the clients would check that whether you're using a localhost. If it's so, then you can bypass without having a search. But otherwise, you need a search to use HTTPS. That's how request works. So it's kind of a security thing. Also, I'm running my container on 6360 here. If you check online, Gavin used 6363, which is the default. I'm using 6360 because I have another one running on 6363. So I may change it back afterwards if I remember. So yeah, so this is the URL of where your the terminus DB is running. So this is my URL. So I put it here. No, here, I mean, okay. User admin, this is the default. If you are just running it on localhost, you can just put yourself as admin using the account admin, and the key will be root. This won't be the same if you're using an online, version. If you're communicating with Hub, you'll have different ones, but right now it's fine. We're just doing some local branching, so that's okay. DBID, and this is yeah, this is well, the name, the ID of the database is a local repository, and so this is just the name. So this is the label, description, storage of unwobbled widgets. Okay, so this is the URL of the items here that is stored in the GitHub. So this is here. So like I said, the result is not used. I think it may be like eventually what we gotta output the thing, but so far I see, like, so far what I would do if I want a CSV, I would do is like remember we can use our Python clients to get a data frame, a pandas data frame back. So if I get it back, then I can change it into a CSV and just have it downloaded. You know, I can just like export it locally, so I don't have to. Because this one is like, it seems like it exported in the Docker container, which I think for me, in my opinion, is not as convenient. Well, you just need to mount this volume to something in your local share folder, but I find it not as convenient as I can just export it in the same directory of my script. But yeah, it depends on your setup. It may not be the case. So okay, next bit, I need to create the client and connect it, and also I will need to connect to the database. So I gotta do all these things together. So yeah, I'm actually add a explanation here and create a database. Right. So actually, I don't want it to be so big. Maybe two. Yeah. All right. So client is terminus DB client. We just put down the server URL there. For each client, it only connect to one server. This is the new setting in the new client. New, I mean like start from version 2. So connect to the database or user account, just logged you in, key, and the database that we're connecting is this one. And yeah, we just try to create it. And yeah, funny thing is like, why is it inputted here? Because I'm just creating it now. Well, okay. A description. Yeah, this is just how we created a database. We put the description and label in, and also the DB ID and user. If it's not, then we'll get an error here. So it's just checking whether the error means it's warning that the database already exists. If it exists, then we just print out that warning. Otherwise, we just print the warning directly. This is just like to beautify the exception here. But we can do the exact same thing that with the that we did with other tutorial, we can just like connect back to the database. But I'll just keep it as it for now. So yeah, you see that it's already exists because yeah, it's here. So what I gotta do is I gotta delete this database actually. So click on it and manage. Yeah, delete database. So I need to put in the DB ID here. Should grab it from here. Yep, and just gonna delete it. Oops. Uh-oh. Right, let me copy it again and paste it here. And yeah, it's deleted. So now this code should work. So let me try that again. Oh, not this one. Sorry, this one. Yeah. Okay, it created a database. So now if I refresh, it should create a new one for me. Yes, and this one should be empty, right? So documents, nothing, schema, nothing. Okay, right. So now let's move on to the second step. So we will add the schema. Just copy this and put it here. Make it smaller, maybe, or maybe like this, and then put the explanation here, and then I change this cell into A. Markdown. Okay. So yeah. So now we add the schema, and so yeah, WQ is the new. Yeah, it's kind of like I like it because it's like pandas is PD, NumPy is NP, and now we have now we have WQ as Wacko query. Love it. Okay, so maybe I should make it like small, but well, but it's a class object, so well, maybe not. Okay, so Wacko and is the doc type is a widget, so we create a new doc type as a widget. SCM is not necessary, but here I think it's just being safe, or um, yeah, or like oh I know because like normally it would be like DOC, but we are using SCM here. So the label would be the widget and description is a widget. Well, thank you. That's a very good description. And we have to have a property that's SKU and it's a string. So XSD string, again, it should be not necessary because it should do the mapping automatically, but this just being safe. And the label is just SKU. It should be unique. So this object here, the widget, can have two of this property. So this one is a unique property, okay? And not mean that like it's a unique key, but like it means that it could only have one SKU property. So they added it's a XSD datetime, and well, this is not a very good label, is it? I would just change it here. Okay, right. So property. So there's a category property as well. So it's a string, it's a category. That's fine. Maybe I'll just change a small case just to be consistent, but I don't like the underscore there. It's a bit weird. And then I create a client. This is the update message. Is your commit message here. So this is how it works. Okay. Right. So let's run it and have a look. So yeah, it kind of gives back some result here. It has insert 20 things. So yeah. So why there's like 20 things? Maybe yeah, all this label and stuff maybe is counted as something. So let's have a look. So go back to our database. So you can see that we have done this adding schema here. Two commits because we have created it and we have added the schema. And check the schema. We do have this SCM widget and is a widget. So it's not a document. So the doc type usually it would be a document, but because it's SCM, that is created. So it's a class itself. It's not a document. And description is a widget, right? Okay. So um, right. So what should we do now? We should actually. So this is a change. This is create a new branch. So so the production branch is named production, and we just do a client branch. So changing the branch here. So let's copy this thing over here. Right. So okay. Oh, I have to change it into a markdown cell. Right. So yeah. So this is changing the branch to production. So it's creating a new branch actually. So it's not yep. This is yeah creating a new branch, but well yeah, this is how you use branch, but I found it quite weird that you just call branch and then it's not adding a branch here. It's a bit weird in my opinion, but hey, we'll have a look afterwards. So if this already exists, if you run it the second time, yeah, it will say that it already exists. Okay, so let's have a look. Does anything changes here? You see that we have two commit, but you know, should show two branches. Is it? Yeah, here. And oops, base. Can I change it? Oop. Why I don't have the option to change it? Maybe base existing. Right. Oh, maybe I have to refresh. That's why. Okay, refreshing. Yeah, now it shows two branches. So we can switch between the two branches, production and main. Okay. Yeah, the refreshing on console is still not automatic. That's a bit annoying in my opinion. So yeah, right. And also it knows that yeah I who I am. That's amazing. Right. Yeah. So the author now is like it knows that who I am by because I've logged in earlier. I think that's why it knows who I am. And right. So we've done this part. We have two branches. So let's look at the production branch because we got to make changes. Oh no, we got to go back to main. Okay. Well, return to the main branch here. Okay, let's copy this over and put it here. Right. Okay. So we just do a checkout main. So this is how you create. So this is how you switch between branches. So to yeah, so to create a new branch, you just call branch to create it, and to change its checkout. So this is the same as Git, but like one thing strange about it is like because Git branch is just you know showing you other branch. So yeah, maybe if I don't put it in here, it will just show me other branch. Let's see. And I'm not so sure. This bit is not written by me, so I'm not so sure how it works. But let's find out. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't take. So yeah, I would say that if it doesn't have anything here, it will just show me all the branches that I have right now. Yeah, I want it to be the same as Git, so it's like very easy for me to remember. I have to learn something extra. So, um, right. Okay, that's something that I'm thinking about afterwards. Because if I change it, it won't be just for the Python client. So I maybe have to talk with Kevin that changing like some of these core. I won't change it massively because there may be some other uses, but I just want to make sure that if branch is empty, then we can do it like git branch. Okay, so add the data to this. Um, so now I'm adding data from CS3 to the main branch, and um, yeah, so I gotta copy this here, and so right. Okay, I gotta rearrange that a little bit because I don't like it this long. So just gotta put it on the second line here. So first of all, we have this WK vars. So this is also in the dev version. So it's coming out together with the new database. Basically, what it does is just like adding the v colon here, and you know, it's exactly the same as I would say exactly the same as this. Okay. Um, yeah, but it's just a shortcut for you to do it, so you don't have to type the V. Because my colleague they typing the V, so yeah. So but it's actually the same as this, right? So it's just like putting the V on every single one of them and split it out. So yeah, but hey, well, it depends on what you like to do. It's very easy. Okay, so we do a get and loading all these vocal as. So actually, this is what I don't like, right? So you're having this like as thing here. So yeah, it's a bit extra, it would be great if I could just put in like a dictionary here and just mapping like, okay, so which the column name map to a variable name, and also like data type if you have to specify it. But hey, yeah, this is what it does. Yeah, maybe I can have it like a vars s and then like just map it into columns. I don't know. I don't like this at all. And then it's getting it from the remote wedges URL here, which is the URL that I showed you before. Now it's generating the ID of all of them. The prefix is still DOC. This is interesting. Yeah, but the type of it is SCM. So that's why you have to be specific here because, yeah, it's different. Yeah. So widget ID SKU here. So IDGen need to take in a unique ID. So we're using SKU as an ID, but this needs to be a list. So that's why it's putting it into the list. And this will spit out the widget ID here. We'll just insert them. And so they're duplicates. That's why I keep saying that it doesn't matter if it's duplicate. So their property, again, putting SKU as a property, and also the date added and the category. So yeah, so insert from CSV. So yeah, so this is just like inserting the whole thing in the CSV, so we can just while it's loading, it's taking a while, and yeah, I'm thinking I want to double check because oops, yep, it seems like all of them are inserted. So let's have a look here, and yeah, so we have all of them. Okay, all of them here, and you can see that from here. Yeah, we have insert from CSV. So this is loaded in. This is the, oh, this should be in production, is it? Okay, so this, so this is not updating. This is something that the front end should deal with it. Yeah, if it's main and production is the same. Well, I'm doing it on the main branch, but the production branch should show me nothing here. So this is a bit weird. Maybe I have to refresh it. Oh no. Yeah, this is not changing. I don't know why. But there should be nothing here in the production branch because when we insert it, we're inserting it from the main branch, right? So yeah, funny. Okay, so now we are moving the data into production. So until now, they will show it in the production branch, but if you see now, like if it's a production branch, you should see nothing here, right? So this production branch, nothing. So now we're doing it to move the data across. So we just copy this bit and put it in here. Oh, I really hated this thing. So let me. It should be also like an option to like for execute to stop returning the result. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I think like it won't print it out, but like because yeah, it should return nothing. Yeah, it should. Yeah, it should not return it. Um, or there should be an option to not return it. Otherwise, Jupyter Notebook will keep printing them out. So this is annoying. And here, right, I'm gonna delete this. So let's have a look at this code. So Wacko N. So this is new. This note. We are picking all this widget note, and then like before the property, and so we have this note, and it's equal to. So this is literally just making this a data. So it's just like a passing. Yeah, it's just passing the data here. That is basically telling date equals to a date. So this will be treating as a datetime. So yeah, this is just how we pass a string into a datetime object. Well, it should be another. I think it would be better if like every single one of them has a its own method to pass it. But I think it's just like we just like being lazy, and this is literal thing. It just work for all these data type. But yeah, for the common ones like string, I think we have string and boolean, but not datetime, so we should really yeah, and it's pausing this format as well. So yeah, actually, like it's, like when I explain it gives me more ideas to like what I need to implement in the client, so which is a good thing. Okay, and we have the categories that is need to be the widgets. Um, so we are picking all these like widgets that is from the beginning of the time. So this is where 00000 is in computer. So it's the beginning of the time in computer. Everything before that, like for example history or something, it's just go minus. Um, and this is the category needs to be widgets, and we're using, so it's grabbing from this graph, right? So this is specifying which graph we are grabbing these things from. So actually, yeah, so this is like in the production branch here. So yeah, this is the literal like a ID of the graph. So you need to have the account and then DBID and then repository, and then the branch need to be. So it's kind of like the thing that you have on GitHub, that when you click on a specific file on a specific branch, you have, you know, your account, which repo, for example, and branch, and the name of the file. So it's kind of like that. So yeah, and using this, so it's in production, then we will insert this nodes that we graph. Okay, so so this is still new, right? So this, we are still on the main branch. So this is at the checkout being still. So on the main branch, we grab all these nodes that is in there, and then we just like, what this is telling that like, okay, switch to another. So it's like using another branch, not the one that we are at, which is main. So I'll do something at another graph, which is the production graph, and insert this in there. So this is how you copy things across branches, okay? And so let's execute it. And here, I'm thinking about like how I gotta use this in another tutorial maybe next time. So let's have a look here. Now we are in production branch, so we should have something now because we have copied things over from the main branch. Yep, you can see that it's copied from the main branch. We have all this stuff, and yeah, so this should have another commit here. No, yeah, this is a bit weird. Main production, and yeah, it's this latest update. This thing is a bit weird. I think it's only showing the main branch right now. So well, hey, yeah. So that's it. It's very short today. Like I said, I just come back from holiday, so it's not well prepared. And but it's good that we go through this script because this is the first time we see how things get copied across from one branch to the other one, and how to switch between them. We use checkout. I think I may think about something to do next tutorial using this, and also there are some ideas I have to improve the usability of this. Yeah. So I have so many ideas that I literally need to yeah, write them down after this. And tonight we also have having a staff party. Um, yeah, at 7:30, which is now. So I better go. Um, hey, I love widgets. Yeah, who doesn't love widgets? That's so cute. So I think yeah, I gotta I have to stop right now because it will be our Terminus DB party, and also I want to write down some things that some comment that I think about when I do go through this myself as a user. Um, yeah, so I think it's good. I really love doing this streaming because every time I do it, I have much more idea about what I should do to make the client slightly better. Yeah, I think that's it from me. Sorry for the short episode. Sunday will be back to normal. Tomorrow I'll be like just spending my energy to prepare a tutorial on Sunday about type hinting. Really looking forward to that. And also, yeah, I have to also upload my holiday short video while we were on a ferry. I'll upload it on my personal YouTube channel. which I think you can find it. So if you go to any of my tutorial video on my website, then actually it's from the YouTube channel. So it needs some digging, but you will find it there. I will also put it on my website as well. So and it's also available on Twitch at the moment. So you can check that out. It's a little bit crazy, I would say. But yeah, I learned so much about the history of the Turkish history of and the history about Istanbul, and I see Hagia Sophia, which is like something that like in my bucket list. Um, yeah, so I'm really touched when I was in there. I don't know why. Uh, yeah, it's well now it's a mosque, so it's very funny that they loosely cover or the mosaic, the Christian mosaic there. But I Google them on on my phone, and our guy explained it very detailedly as well. So I don't think I miss out on anything. Yeah, and it's very interesting as well. So it's also for him, it's the first time for a tour guide that who has been into Hagia Sophia many, 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 many times. So this is the first time he went back after it has been changed into mosque. So it's like very interesting. Like we are told that we have to take our shoes off, and then like. Of course, to cover up for women, and also in there you can see people praying. Um, so yeah, it's a different experience, I would say. I don't know how it would be if it were a museum, or the museum shops were shut, of course, and removed, so things had changed. But well, I mean, I still get to see it, so I'm happy that's done, and I'm happy that we hire a guy to do it because it's not a museum anymore, so you can't get any audio guy or any explanation like you will this. If you visit a museum, you will have those. So having a guide with you is actually good. Having a very knowledgeable guy like ours is actually good. Like he study being a guide, as he studied a lot of history in university, which I think, yeah, it's really good. I think it's lots of surprises the trip, and all of them are good surprises. Uh, yeah, so that's it for me, and I'll see you on Sunday. Okay, so bye.